Hi guys, I seem to be having a bit of a problem with the alternator. Doesn't seem to be charging. No battery light comes up on the dashboard and it starts alright, but it keeps going flat. So I'll put the battery on charge. So to see where it is at the battery with a multimeter. And we've got 12.7 volts. So then I left it a couple of days and came back to it and it was measuring 12.5 volts, but that should be enough to start it. So here goes. Yeah. Right, I'll see what the voltage is now. Ah, 12.5 volts still, no difference. And when I rev it, it should increase. It's not doing. It's not doing. So I'll measure it at the alternator. Put my positive lead on the B1 plus terminal. Put my ground on the engine. 12.5 volts. Ground on the battery. 12.5 volts. So my conclusion is it's not charging at all. And with these Bosch type batteries, 9 times out of 10 it's the voltage regulator that fails. But I will look at the belt first that runs the alternator to see if that's slipping, which it isn't. I'll stop the engine and I'll look at the tension. That seems to be alright. So I'll replace the voltage regulator. I have done a detailed video on replacing the voltage regulator on these Bosch alternators, so I'll leave a link to that at the end of the video and in the description. But I will film replacing it here again. It's just a little bit fiddly and you don't want to drop any of the nuts down into the engine as you're taking it off. But as it's straight in front of you, first thing that you see, it's quite easily accessible and relatively simple to do. Certainly better than changing the alternator out. Here's the new one that I've got to put on. I seem to remember I put a cheap one on last time, only about a year ago, so I'd only recommend buying a decent one. Take off the negative terminal on the battery and then the positive terminal off the battery. It'd be interesting to see if this has failed or whether the brushes or the slip rings have worn out. Detach the P1 plus terminal. Take the connector off. You'll need a small 15mm socket for the B2 plus terminal. Take the second nut off. And then extract all the Phillips screws. As you can see, the slip rings are okay. There's no deep furrows. Nice and smooth and clean. And so on to fit in the new regulator. You just basically push it down into place, compressing the carbon brushes. Before I'll do that, I'll just clean this connection up here to the rectifier with a bit of emery cloth. Right, reattach the battery and start it up, see if it works. Just prior to this clip I have revved the engine, so it should be now outputting around 14 volts. Just over 12 volts. That's not right, is it? So I'll do a further test, shut everything off, disconnect the battery again, disconnect the main B1 positive terminal again. Set my multimeter to diodes. And put one terminal on the B positive terminal and then one on earth, ground. See what the reading is. And then swap it round, and whichever way you should get a reading on one of them and no reading on the other. Which I'm not getting a reading on anything. I could just replace the rectifier, but as there's a number of internal parts that I've replaced on this alternator before, the cost of a rectifier, I think the cheapest and easiest way would be just to source another alternator from a breaker's yard. So that's what I'm going to do. But first I've got to take the old alternator off. So the first thing to do is disconnect the cable at the side. And there's a little 8mm nut holding it onto the body further down, which you've got to remove, which is a little bit fiddly and you could drop the nut, so just be careful about that. Pull the cable away. Now I've got to take this bracket off because it gets in the way. Pull this vacuum pipe out. Now we've got to take the belt off. Taking the belt off, it's easy to take the intercooler pipe off here. Give you a bit more room as it's rather tight down there. Take it off at this end and then just bend it up. Here's the tensioner for the auxiliary belt, or serpentine belt, alternator belt, which you'll need a 16mm ring spanner, and you basically put the ring spanner on and turn it clockwise and you'll be able to loosen the tension. That's the theory anyway. What you might find is that you haven't got enough release of tension to get the belt off or back on again. As you can see, I'm not getting enough tension release to take the belt off, so I struggled with it a little bit. Then try putting the spanner as far forward near the bulkhead as possible behind the pipes and then bringing it forward again, which gave a little bit more, but I was still struggling. And then I managed to hold the belt halfway off on the alternator pulley and then reposition my spanner again, which as you can see worked. If you don't want to do that, you could always put a bar in between the pulleys, the alternator pulley and the tensioner, here and here, just to momentarily hold it again while you reposition the spanner to get more leverage, which is what I did when I put it back on again later. So now we need to loosen these bolts on the alternator. There's one at the top here, a long bolt, and there's one at the bottom, just out of shot down here. I'm using a 1/2 inch socket and wrench, 13mm. The bottom one's a little bit harder to get to, and you can't move your wrench that much, but it does eventually come off. I can waggle the alternator free if you want. It'll be quite tight probably, so I usually put a lever in at the top and pull it forward. It'll just pull out from where it's holding onto the bracket at the top, and then just waggle the bottom one loose, and that's it. It'll be interesting to see if this has failed, but that'll be something for a winter's night. In the meantime, I've got a new one, 23 quid on eBay. Here it is, looks the same. Well, it is the same. Markings are the same. It's got Volkswagen on it, so it could be a Golf, but it is initial TT on the top, so it might have been an Audi. I have to take this cable off that's been cut. Don't need that. All the nuts are the same. Just clean it up a little bit and I'll put it back on the vehicle. These are a snug fit and should fit straight on. Mine's just a little bit too tight, so I'll have to adjust the bushes. So these are bushes that are set into the aluminium, and you can just tap them further apart or closer together. But be careful how you do that. You need it supported in a vise or something. Mine needed to be widened a little bit. Attach the alternator. Put the bolts in. I'll put the top one in first, easy enough, and then fasten it all up. Don't over tighten these, they're about 25 Newton meters torque. Putting the belt back on, I first use the spanner to put the belt in place. It wouldn't quite go on, not being able to release the tensioner enough. So I had to use another pry bar on the tensioner to momentarily hold the tensioner again and then reposition my spanner again, thus enabling enough slack to easily put the belt on. Once I got the belt on, then I checked all the other pulleys, making sure it sat in all the V-grooves in correct alignment before releasing the tensioner. That's all okay now. Just got to put all the other parts back, such as the intercooler pipe, before I start it up to test it. When you're reattaching the intercooler pipe here, make sure the clip is turned away from the alternator belt. Right, I'll start it up and then we can test it. So I just got to rev it a little bit to engage the alternator charging. Make sure that's working, if it's working. Right, I'll first test it at the battery. .7, 8, 5, 6. It's around that. Perfectly alright, that's good. So I'll test it at the alternator now. And we've got a little bit more, 14.6, 6.1. Yeah, that's about the same, just a little bit of voltage drop. Maybe I'll clean the contact on the back of the alternator, see if that makes any difference. But I'm happy with that. Job sorted. In hindsight, I didn't really need to buy the regulator, but it doesn't cost much, and it was a process of elimination. And if it did turn out to be that, it would have been even cheaper. But overall, not a lot of money spent, and the car's working again. Just got to fit some new front brake pipes next, and away we go. I might just be able to get this car going on the road before summer ends. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you on the next video. Like, share and subscribe and all that stuff. Bye for now.